Hello! Today I've prepared a video that will both terrify you and leave you in awe of one of the giants of the animal kingdom. I'll share chilling stories about crocodiles. Despite there being only 23 species in the world, they manage to instill fear in millions of people. You'll also meet the most dangerous crocodile, learn where it lives, and find out why locals offer sacrifices in its honor. Species and habitat. First, I'd like to introduce you to the stars of this video. You'll see the size of their powerful bodies and the places where they live. Let's start with the most famous one, the Nile crocodile. It inhabits Africa and can grow up to 6.5 yards long. You can find it near rivers, lakes, and swamps, anywhere there's water. This predator is known for its aggression and powerful jaws. Next up is the American alligator. It's a serious predator, capable of tearing apart any domestic or wild animal. Its average length is 3.8 yards and it weighs around 551 pounds. It lives in the southeastern United States, especially in Florida and Louisiana. Now, meet the largest member of the family, the saltwater crocodile. Its body length can exceed 7.6 yards, and it can weigh up to a ton. The saltwater crocodile lives in Australia, preferring saltwater environments, though it can also be found in rivers flowing into the ocean. Could this be the crocodile that saved the girl in the famous movie Crocodile Dundee? Finally, take a look at the Indian gharial, which inhabits the rivers of India and Nepal. The first thing you'll notice is its unusually narrow and long snout, along with numerous sharp teeth. Although its teeth are smaller than those of other crocodiles, it has the advantage in numbers, up to 110 teeth. The body length of adult male gharials can reach 6.5 yards, while females are smaller, growing up to 4.9 yards. Now that you're familiar with the main species of crocodiles and their habitats, I want to tell you a few thrilling stories of crocodile attacks on humans. Want to know how it happened? Then watch the next part of our video. Kevin. In January 2018, Kevin Peter Knottenbelt went through one of the most terrifying experiences a person could face. It all happened on a regular day along the Elephant River, where Kevin was walking with his wife and granddaughter. They never expected Kevin would step on a crocodile's back. The 3.2-yard-long reptile immediately grabbed his leg, started thrashing him back and forth, and dragged him underwater. Everything happened so fast that Kevin's family was in shock, but once they realized the horror of the situation, his wife and granddaughter started calling for help. Rescuers fired into the water, and one of them jumped into the river to pull Kevin ashore. Kevin barely had time to process what was happening. For many, this could have been the end, but Kevin didn't give up. He fought with all his strength to free himself. While underwater, he found the predator's head and pressed on its eyes. This allowed him to escape from the deadly jaws, though his injuries were severe. The struggle, which lasted about 20 minutes, left Kevin with multiple injuries, including a broken chest, 6 broken ribs, and a damaged lung. He underwent 12 surgeries in the following 2 weeks. From what I found, Kevin recovered, got a prosthesis, and now actively does gymnastics, swimming about a mile every day. What an incredible willingness to fight for your life until the very end, right? What do you think? Tragic swimming incident. Cindy Waldron was far less fortunate. Her encounter with a crocodile ended in tragedy. Her last words were, "The crocodile grabbed me." The tragedy occurred in Daintree National Park in northeastern Australia. Cindy, a 46-year-old woman from New Zealand, came to Australia to celebrate her friend's recovery from cancer. At 10 p.m., the women decided to take a swim. Perhaps they didn't know the area was notorious for its high crocodile population. As Cindy and her friend waded into the water up to their waists, a crocodile suddenly emerged from the depths. It grabbed Cindy and dragged her underwater. Her friend desperately tried to save her, but her efforts were in vain. The crocodile was too strong. Cindy's body was never found. What do you think of this story? Is it a case of human naivety or foolishness? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your answers might help others avoid similar situations. How crocodiles hunt. Crocodile attacks like the one on Cindy Waldron are terrifying. Let's dive deeper into the nature of crocodiles and their hunting habits. Crocodiles are incredibly clever and patient hunters. They can lie motionless for long periods near the shore, submerged with only their eyes and nostrils above the surface. Silently watching potential prey, they are nearly invisible to their victims. It's a huge mistake to think that crocodiles are slow and that you'll have time to react. As soon as the prey gets close enough, the crocodile launches a lightning-fast attack. Crocodiles hunt both on land and underwater. They can reach speeds of up to 9 miles per hour and pursue their prey over long distances. This is especially dangerous at night when they are most active. Crocodiles can remain submerged for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Do you think knowing a crocodile's habits could have prevented the tragedies I'll tell you about next? Laguna del Carpintero. A hot August day in Tampico, Laguna del Carpintero, located in the heart of the city. Time seems to slow down here. On August 18, 2022, park-goers were enjoying the view of nature when suddenly, an enormous crocodile appeared on the surface of the water. People noticed that the crocodile was holding something in its jaws. As it got closer, everyone saw that it was a part of a human body. The crowd froze in shock, realizing they were witnessing a real-life tragedy, not a horror movie. A 5-yard-long predator had attacked a man who decided to swim in the dangerous lagoon, where swimming is strictly prohibited due to the presence of crocodiles. Stunned by what they saw, witnesses quickly reported the incident to park staff. Later, the man's body was retrieved from the water, and the man-eating crocodile was captured. The animal measured 6 yards in length. Journalist Porfirio Ibarra, who was nearby, captured the horrifying scene on video. His footage shows the crocodile swimming under a bridge with its victim in its jaws, showcasing the raw power and brutality of nature. Laguna del Carpintero, home to about 90 crocodiles, has long been known for its predators. Despite warnings, people continue to ignore the danger. Several fatal attacks have been recorded there. I don't understand what makes people so careless about their own lives. What do you think? Farm attack. However, it's not just careless tourists who fall victim to crocodiles. Often, crocodiles attack people who have worked with them for years. Cambodia is home to many crocodile farms, where these animals are bred for profit. Their skin is used to make various products which are sold in Thailand, China, and Vietnam. A tragedy occurred on May 27, 2023, at one such farm in Cambodia. 72-year-old farmer Luan Nam took care of his crocodiles every day. On that day, he went to collect eggs that one of the females had laid in a pen. Over his lifetime, he had done this 1,000 times. But that day, things took a different turn. To reach the eggs, Luan tried to lure the female out using a special stick used to prod the animals. He hoped she would leave the pen, but the predator had other plans. At one point, the crocodile grabbed the stick and tried to pull it from the farmer's hands. Luan held on tight, unwilling to let go, but it wasn't enough. Losing his balance, he fell straight into the crocodile enclosure. That was the end. A group of reptiles, without hesitation, attacked the man. They tore him apart before calmly returning to the water. What do you think led to this tragedy? Human carelessness or the instincts of predators? The farmer who bit a crocodile. What would you do if a crocodile attacked you? Colin Devereaux knows the answer to that question. In October 2023, an Australian cattle farmer came face to face with a massive crocodile. On that fateful day, he was repairing fences by the Finnis River in Australia's Northern Territory. Colin was simply doing his job when he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his leg. It turned out to be a crocodile biting down on him. The fight began. The giant 3.2-yard crocodile dragged Colin underwater, and the man realized time was running out. He tried to fight it off with his leg, but the awkward position made it difficult. In a moment of desperation, Colin managed to sink his teeth into the crocodile's eyelid. This unexpected move saved him. He felt his teeth sink into the tough skin and pulled sharply. Amazingly, it worked. The crocodile let go. Colin immediately rushed to his vehicle. The predator pursued him for a while, but eventually stopped. Once in the car, Colin tried to stop the bleeding using a towel and rope. His brother soon arrived and drove him to the hospital, but Colin's ordeal didn't end there. The dirty water in the river caused a severe infection. Doctors spent 10 days cleaning the wound to prevent contamination, and Colin even underwent a skin graft, but he survived. After recovering, Colin decided to change his line of work to stay away from the water and avoid any more encounters with crocodiles. What do you think of his story? Attack statistics. Surviving a crocodile attack is an extremely rare miracle, but what do the numbers say? It turns out that these cold-blooded predators kill about 1,000 people every year. In Africa, some studies suggest crocodiles are responsible for 300 to 600 deaths annually. In Southeast Asia and Australia, the number is lower, but the threat remains significant. Most people try to avoid encounters with crocodiles, but in Africa and Northern Australia, where crocodiles are abundant, this isn't always possible. For example, in Africa, there are 2 to 3 times more attacks than in other regions of the world. In Northern Australia, several dozen cases are reported each year, and not all have happy endings. One of the most famous crocodile hunters, Major W. Robert Foran, wrote in 1933 about his disdain for these animals. He believed crocodiles were enemies of all living things and should be eradicated without hesitation. During one of his hunting expeditions, Foran shot an enormous crocodile and found the remains of several people and even a waterbuck's hoof in its stomach. Not all crocodiles are dangerous, but for large ones, humans can be as easy prey as any other animal. So, should we fear crocodiles, or are these just terrifying myths? Now let me tell you the story of the next person who survived a predator's attack. Survival story. In October 2021, 18-year-old British student Amelie Osborne-Smith went on a rafting trip on the Zambezi River in Zambia. Everything was going smoothly until Amelie, while sitting in the boat, let her leg dangle over the side. This innocent gesture proved to be a fateful mistake. A 3.2-yard crocodile, spotting her leg in the water, instantly attacked. The predator leaped from the water, grabbed Amelia's leg and dragged her under. Perhaps the attack could have been avoided if she had followed safety protocols. The situation seemed hopeless, but Amelie's friend, who was nearby, managed to grab her life jacket, keeping her above water. Their friends quickly reacted, hitting the crocodile on the snout until it finally released the girl. Amelie was rushed to a hospital in Zambia's capital, Lusaka, where she underwent the first of many surgeries. Upon returning to the UK, she had to go through 7 surgeries to reconstruct her leg and a lengthy rehabilitation process. Despite her injuries, Amelie didn't let it break her spirit. She returned to Africa to build a school in one of the local villages as a way to thank those who helped her during her difficult time. If you were in Amelie's place, would you know how to act? In situations like these, every second counts. The largest crocodile. As promised, I'll tell you about the world's most notorious man-eating crocodile. His name is Gustave, and he's even been chronicled by National Geographic. Gustave is a crocodile with over 10 documented attempts to capture him. Unfortunately, none of these attempts have been successful. The first information about Gustave appeared back in the 1960s. It's believed that the reptile was born in 1955, but the first recorded cases of man-eating occurred later, when Gustave had already grown into a true giant. In 2008, the National Geographic team managed to capture a photograph of Gustave. Here's the photo. This crocodile is a Nile crocodile, a species native to Africa. Representatives of this species typically grow up to 4.9 yards in length. However, Gustave is an exception. Estimates suggest he may reach almost 7 yards, with some reports even claiming he's larger. This makes him one of the largest known crocodiles in the world. Gustave became infamous for his attacks on humans. Over the years, he's been credited with killing more than 300 people. He has attacked boats and canoes and dragged people from the shore into the water. In recent years, he has reportedly preferred to injure people rather than kill them. Gustave has survived more than 10 bullet wounds, and bullet scars are still visible on his body. Locals fear Gustave, claiming he kills people for sport. Some even pray and offer sacrifices to appease him. What do you think of Gustave? Does he send shivers down your spine? That's all for now. In this video, we explored real-life monsters of nature, predators you'd rather not encounter. Although their terrifying appearance and attacks on humans are frightening, crocodiles are an integral part of our world. People must love and protect all living creatures on Earth. If you're curious about uncovering more of the world's wonders and are ready to share them with others, we have great news. We're looking for talented people to help us create amazing videos. Whether you can edit, narrate in different languages, or write creative scripts, we'd love to work with you. Reach out to our Telegram bot. The link is in the description.